In Philadelphia, the Democratic National Convention is getting underway, and this is the week that belongs to Hillary Clinton. So she's expected, of course, to accept the party's nomination for president on Thursday. You know, we know that. Last week, the Republican convention began with some very noticeable no-shows. Big names. It's not going because they wanted to show their disapproval of Donald Trump. Well, that is not the case in Philly. The who's who A-list is crowded in Philadelphia. We've got big-name pop stars, for example, such as Katy Perry. She's going to be at the convention. We've got the civil rights leader, Jesse Jackson, there. And then we've got the biggest names in politics from the Democratic Party. We've got Nancy Pelosi here. We've got the Vice President, Joe Biden, and Michelle Obama, and, of course, the current president, Barack Obama. They are all going to be at the convention. All right, the convention has the big names. It also has some big controversy at the start. We want to talk about all of that now and the rest of what people are calling the Philly frolics. I'm joined here at the big table by my colleague, Claire Richardson. She has been following the conventions for us. Claire, it's good to have you back here. And Richard Walker, he is in Philadelphia. He was in Cleveland last week, so I'm going to ask you right now to kind of give us a flash comparison. Richard, compare this Monday with the Democrats to last Monday with the Republicans.
Yeah, well, it's extremely hot. I will tell you that, first of all, Brent. It's really stewing here in Philadelphia. Extremely humid as well. It really does feel like a thunderstorm might break out at any moment. And without wanting to kind of reach for cheesy journalistic metaphors, obviously, there is a little bit of a sense of that here. That, you know, there's been a mini sort of thunderstorm, earthquake, whatever you want to call it, in the Democratic Party over the weekend, with the leak of these 20,000 emails, which appear to sort of prove that what the Bernie Sanders camp was saying all through the course of that very long and hard-fought primary against Hillary Clinton, that the Democratic Party were basically on Hillary Clinton's side, that seems to have been borne out very much in these emails. There's a really tough thing to happen on the eve of this convention because, you know, a couple of weeks ago, Bernie Sanders finally endorsed Hillary Clinton. This was really meant to be the moment, as you just indicated, that the party comes together, shoulder to shoulder, and sort of turns towards Donald Trump and concentrates its fire on him. And now, of course, it's been totally overshadowed by this little scandal, little or large, depending on people. A lot of people still working through these emails, seeing what's in them. But of course, the head of the DNC, the Democratic National Committee, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, has had to quit. She's even going to head out of town early. So she's basically kind of taking the flak for what has happened. And now it's going to be up to the rest of the party, and particularly Hillary Clinton, to kind of bring everything back together.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's a big thunderstorm at the beginning of this convention. Claire, what about the fact that we're also hearing that the FBI is investigating these email hacks because of a possible Russian connection?
Right. You could say that an email scandal is the last thing Hillary Clinton needed.
Right.
You could say that the Democratic Party was almost coming together in some ways. The wounds were healing a little bit. Bernie Sanders had endorsed her. And on the heels of the Republican National Convention, they'd seen the very real possibility that you could have a man like Donald Trump in office.
Right.
And this has just ripped that scab right off the wound. That's going to be the focus of the entire Democratic National Convention. And you've got the FBI looking into this claim that Russian hackers were involved in releasing the emails to try and get Donald Trump into office.
Exactly. We've got a clip from the head of the DNC. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
They believe that it was Russian state actors who took these emails. What further experts are saying is that then, because they possessed those emails, that Russian state actors were feeding the emails to hackers for the purpose of helping Donald Trump.
All right, that was the head of Hillary Clinton's campaign there, not the head of the DNC. Richard, let me pull you back in. What are you hearing there in Philadelphia about, you know, the Russian connection and the possibility that this is evidence that Vladimir Putin would like to see Donald Trump elected president?
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of chatter about that here in Philadelphia. But then on the other side, the Bernie Sanders supporters are saying, well, how these emails came out is not the main thing. What's important is what is in them. So certainly, a bit of an argument brewing on both sides, but certainly a lot of curiosity about, how deep this Russian connection might really go.
Yeah, and I'm sure people are going to be talking about that all week. And Claire, briefly, take us into the rest of the week. A couple of highlights to look out for.
Right. I think Richard Walker is exactly right when he says that it's not how they got it, it's what is in the emails. And we're going to see that come up through the rest of the week. We've got Michelle Obama speaking, who is still massively popular, and she's going to have to try and convince the people who love her to love Hillary Clinton. And of course, the president himself wrapping things up before Hillary Clinton accepts the nomination. But we're also going to see protests outside, so there's a real chance that those people could steal the show.
Yeah, and you're going to be watching it for us, and Richard is going to be in Philadelphia watching it. To both of you, thank you very much. We're almost finished with the day, but you can always join the conversation on Twitter, either at DW News or at Brent Goff TV. And don't forget, you can use the hashtag, you see it right there, The Day. And remember, whatever happens between now and then, tomorrow is another day. We'll see you then, everybody.